Hello everyone. I wanted to share my opinions about John Brzenk versus Chance Shawn, and I'm watching from here. I don't know how to do it on the camera. I need a program. So first round I'm watching here. The buckle is on John's hands, but still he had the better position. They both went outside to outside, and John is putting his bottom side of his thumb into the far side of Chan's hand, and then which I call this not really top roll, but like kind of outer side pressure. That way, that the dominant part is the bottom side of the thumb. That way, and as far as I see, neither have the wrist control here, and John didn't have the wrist control, and Chance don't have it either. And I can say that the reason that John can't finish him because he doesn't have the control over Chance pronator, so his wrist doesn't allow a pressure without control. So he needs to be careful while he is putting pressure more than his wrist handle. He may lose his own wrist as well, because Chance is putting pressure from the other side of the strap, and I'm not sure if John's rotator cuff is like ready for such pressure. Looks like he's going very carefully, because on our interview he told me that he's just like going to get in his spot, and then there he's just waiting, and so he can't force his all power without being careful. So the match continues, and while it continues, Chance is right now putting some offensive pressure. John is coming back, and he's recovering his wrist more while he comes back, because John's pressure, his own pressure, was also making his wrist a little bit bent back. But whenever he comes back, and so he makes the pressure out from his wrist, because Chance was kind of like getting tired. So, and then Chance just gave up. He didn't want to continue more once John had a little bit wrist control. In fact, before the match, I was thinking that if one of them topples the other one, that the match was gonna be easy for either side. But here, like, John had better position, but it wasn't like full control for neither side. Neither had the like total control. John was pressing with his pronator, but his wrist was a little bit just like moving back, while looks like Chance lost a little bit more, but his arm and his joint, everything, he's young, he's strong, and he was handling that. So once John was putting pressure, so his wrist is putting pressure to the strongest point, strongest resistance point of Chance. So once he come back, he recovered his wrist, and then Chance just gave up. But they are just giving John a foul, and then in the restart, and I see that from John's position, and John is trying to get the like wrist control, a little bit supinated wrist control, and then Chance just easily beats him. And this just shows that Chance is not a joke. John got like where he wanted to go, and then Chance beat him like without even so much resistance. It was so easy for Chance to win. If you guys realize, when John tried the same thing, one of the matches that I saw him against Cody Merritt, and it was just he catch him and he kind of easily beat him. But here Chance just get him in position. So this is why I think that Chance is a very bright future. Once he has the wrist control, he's very dangerous guy. Chance weak point is the his wrist is not weak, his hand is not weak, but like once he have not the hand game, but when once he had like so much back pressure against like high back pressure, against his hand, like far side of his hand, that the pressure kind of bothers him. Once someone has a little bit high grip on his hand, he doesn't like it. So all his power is generated by his, not all, but like the maximal power that he has, as many of us. But with him, it makes so much difference. Like once he has his wrist, he's very dangerous. Here, nobody had the control, so that is why it wasn't easy. Yeah, I'm watching the second start. John just a little bit supinates to hook him, and Chance easily beats him. The second round, see, now the buckle is on Chan's hand, and right when the go is coming, I see that Chan's shoulder is just going back. It means that he is loading. He is loading, and then see, whenever both loads, and then one has the position to hit. It means that his hand is just staying there more solid than his opponent's hand. So that is why when Chance apply his back pressure and John apply, it means that John's wrist was more solid, and then Chance couldn't do much. He wanted to go only back pressure to top roll John's hand, and then John had chance to hit him sideways because he was only leaning this way. There was no pressure this way by Chance. So John just needed to just have the hand control and hit this way. He didn't have much resistance from this way to that way. He didn't have it. Like once someone puts pressure to the side way, John has some problems with his rotator cuffs. He has injuries. So when somebody is hitting him sideways, so it kind of bothers John, because that's where he is having the pressure. That is why when he is trying to finish, he's worried about his backside of his shoulder. But once you just go only back way, that way, so he doesn't really have so much pressure there because he doesn't have any resistance to this way, but mostly to his hand. So once he control here and a little bit control the hand with his pronator, it was easy for him. See, he won here easy, and then the next round will be tougher because unlike that like only full back pressure, you will see that Chance is directly starting the match hitting sideways, which kind of probably right now the weakest point of John. Not because he is weak or something, but he has problems with his backside of his shoulder. So that area he is not so confident, neither comfortable. So I'm gonna watch the okay, John won this one. Second round is 1-1 now, and now the buckle is on John's hand again, and see here, unlike the last one, like second round, you will see that when the goal comes, Chan's shoulder is just like starting already moving back. It means that he is moving that way. Here, unlike that one, Chance also wanted to go side pressure, outer side pressure. He hit directly sideways, and he was much quicker than John. He hits, and but John's pronator solid, very solid, and so John doesn't have wrist control. Chance doesn't have wrist control either, but John's outer side pressure looks stronger. Neither has the wrist control. I want to go back again. Yeah, see, every time he hits, yeah, there are the biggest problem for John to not to be able to win so comfortably. It's because his wrist doesn't really handle the outer side pressure that he is constantly applying. But he just stays there, and then he remains his position, and Chance can't handle. And this is the last round. Yeah, this time he hit again, Chance hit, but he didn't directly hit sideways, but he hit mostly like to the pin pad, but from the far side to the Jones wrist. The other one was like more like sideways. Here I saw it just like more to the again sideways, but to the far side of John. I want to watch again. Okay, Chance here because he's gonna hit from outside to the pin pad. So he first leaned a little bit back and then hit from the backside. And what happened there? What happened there again? I want to watch. Yeah, see again, Jones' finger forearm control is solid. His pronator is solid. That stopped. So basically, Chance pressure and Jones pressure between them, Chance wrist didn't handle. So we knew that it was gonna be something back pressure versus back pressure. So that's exactly what happened. And in fact, I made a video, but I didn't upload before the match. There I said, that the match will go both outside to outside, and there is a possibility that John may try to go inside, in an unexpected time. So he tried that. So he lost that one match, one round. While trying that one, it just showed us that Chance is no joke, but Chance really needs to improve his wrist even more if he wants to be really, really, really at the elite level. But as we saw, his pronator, like everything from here to down, is just, I think, strong. Here is also strong, but sometimes when both sides are loading, so the one stays solid, the other one loses. Here, I think, except the last round, the position was like not like neither really lost the wrist right away. They were like more like pronator to pronator. Their wrist a little bit like drop the front, even like a little bit like back, bouncing like this, and then the pressure was coming mostly from here to the pad. I mean, John's best friend here was his pronator teres, the outer side pressure, and his rotator cuff handled those hits that Chance tried to do a few times to the sideway. So I'm glad that I hope he's doing okay. Sometimes you may handle the pressure, but if you go there with some painkillers, later on you realize how much damage you have. I hope that John doesn't have any problems with his arm, neither with his shoulder. Like Chance didn't disappoint me. I knew that it was gonna go either way, but as I said, like it didn't go to one way like 55-45 or something, but it was like more like 51-49, 52-48 about the outside move and the wrist position. John had, I mean, John was more offensive because his wrist was more solid, while Chance wasn't offensive because his wrist didn't have control over John's pronator. So all he needed to do is just just to wait here and try to. I'm talking about like first round, and I think the third round, if I'm not mistaken, that Chance, except the starting hit, he didn't really have any control. John didn't have the wrist control, but John's pressure, pronator, and then the backside of his shoulder, everything, the pressure here, his wrist handled that pressure in an offensive way. So Chance stopped him, but Chance didn't have, after John started to be offensive, Chance didn't have chance to be offensive because his wrist wouldn't handle. More you put pressure, more you lose. There is a point that you need to really wait. You need to wait. So that was the point that he couldn't go more. He was just trying to survive there and hoping that John would give up. And instead of that, first round John just came back and recovered his wrist, and then Chance just let it go. But there was a foul. As I said, second start John tried hook, and it was an easy win for Chance. It was impressive that when John just did his move, but he didn't really have any problem to pin John that way. And third and fourth rounds, Chance started to I think it was second round he started offensive. I don't know, I'm sorry, I just mixed the rounds, but there are two rounds that he really wanted to hit sideways when he started. Okay, second round he wanted to start, I think, with the back pressure, that where he lost kind of easy, and then third round he wanted to hit exact sideways where the pressure would come to Jones' rotator cuff, and Jones' pronator didn't really move, and the backside of shoulder really handled the pressure, and so there was nothing more to do for Shawn. And the third one, the last one, fourth one, I'm sorry, Chance, when he hit the third round, Chance's shoulder was close, and he hit this way. And the fourth round, which is last round, he went first back, but he didn't really target Jones' wrist or to this way, but he wanted to go first far, and from far he wanted to hit to the far side of his wrist, just to take his wrist. The one round that he lost, he only tried to go back, and the second round he only tried to hit sideways, of course with pronator control. And the the last one, the third match that I'm talking about, he lost. As I said, he wanted to go back way and then hit the far side of John's hand, but there he lost his wrist even more because you are just doing like a Russian roulette. You either take the wrist if you totally attack there without the control, if you wanted to go for the pin, and then you you do, or if you don't do it, then you most likely, if your wrist is not already not dominant enough, which is not even, it wasn't even dominant, he was just barely behind John's wrist, and then once you do this without the control, so he just lost. I didn't see, there was no way, the truth is, that Chance to win, except John to try that inside move, which was we can't say that John made a mistake because of that, because he doesn't know what was gonna happen. Maybe he would go inside and pin him. He didn't know that what was gonna be. So he tried and he lost, and then he realized that because I think that he didn't think that it was easy for him when he won the first start, but foul was given to him. So either he didn't want to go outside again, or he wanted to just surprise Chance by thinking that Chance maybe he would be expecting him to go outside again, but Chance easily beat him. And at that point John realized that the hard looking way was the only way for John to win that match. So he had to just always go outside and wait there, and it looks like he didn't want to force all way. I'm not sure it is because of his wrist, he was worried, or it was because of his rotator cuff. He thought that maybe if he would do full force, then he would get injured. When you are injured, You need to be careful. You can't close your eyes and just go all way. You need to you need to really listen to your body, and you need to just go, like, once you come near to your limits, then you need to go slow by slow and feel it. Probably he didn't trust there, so he just went there and he waited. This is what he also told me when we had a discussion about it. He said that he just goes there and, wait there and try to finish the open or something like that. He told me. Anyway, so I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that John made a good comeback. He did great. He's 57 years old and he's still, like, he is limited because of the injuries, but still he knows that. I mean, he knows how to use the healthy parts of his arm to find different ways, or only possible ways to, arm wrestle, and he did that, and his looks like his body handled, and I'm not disappointed by Chance. He did his best. He has, he needs to, as I said, he needs to have, he needs to build his only weakness. It's not like weakness, because, I mean, like, he beats the rest of the guys that he is meeting. So once the guy has the control, I mean, his wrist, he's just like, as we saw on the first rounds, when John tried to hook him, he looked very, very strong. So this guy is no joke. He just needs to work on his hand and wrist. He needs to build better handling pressure. His active power is good, but you start the match with a straight wrist. When the guy is loading your hand, you need to handle that pressure first, so that you can use your, like, dynamic move. Like, first static handling, and then once you survive there, the pressure, and then you can be actively, using your wrist. If your wrist doesn't stay solid, at the starting position, start moving like this already, you will never be able to use your wrist. So the guy, I would suggest him to do a lot of pull-ups on a flat surface. I mean, it is not like my place to give him advices, but I have spent 30 years in the international arm wrestling world. I have done some things, and I see the, like, potential with this guy. So as just like an older brother, I'm just in a positive, with a positive intention. I'm just telling him that he needs to handle that pressure at the beginning. First, he needs to handle the pressure, then he can use his active power. So maybe those like pull-ups, chin-ups, on a flat surface, that where he can't get support from his finger, like muscle support here, but mostly, like, he will be putting pressure, and a lot of pressure to his wrist tendons. So these are my opinions, and thank you for listening. You all take care.